see them, that they're kicking the snow out of the way, methodically looking step by step, looking to see if there's anything in the snow at all that can help.
So that is what our FBI has been reduced to under the Trump regime. They are right around the Brown University campus in Rhode Island, kicking around snow, and they believe that's how they're going to find the school shooter after providing wrong information to the Providence mayor and police chief, where a wrong suspect was brought into custody. There is utter incompetence, corruption, just bizarre behavior from this deranged Trump regime. And this morning, we're seeing a massive meltdown in the Republican Party. In the House of Representatives, 3 Republicans have broke from MAGA Mike Johnson, and they are signing on to a Democratic discharge petition to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies by 3 years. Now, it would still have to go to the Senate. And in the Senate, the MAGA Republicans there want to take away health care from people. But all the MAGA Republicans in the House, as of this recording, are saying, if there hasn't been a bigger indictment of MAGA Mike than this, I don't know what is. And you had 3 individuals sign this discharge petition as a big FU to MAGA Mike this morning. We will keep you posted on what's going down. Just a reminder, if you can subscribe to this MeidasTouch YouTube channel now, you may think you're subscribed. Just double check. We're trying to hit 6 million subscribers before the end of the year, so just double check. So while the Trump regime has FBI agents kicking through snow in Rhode Island, and that's what our law enforcement has been reduced to. If you go back to Chicago, you have Greg Bovino, Donald Trump's head Border Patrol goon, has rolled back into town to terrorize the community there. And I mean, this guy, Bovino, he's the guy who throws the chemical agents in people's faces. Some of the biggest atrocities and crimes against humanity taking place across the United States have been at the hands of this war criminal, Bovino, bringing war to the streets in the United States against innocent people living here. And so he's out there just literally terrorizing people like some super villain in a movie. I kid you not. He's out there going, ho, 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 the Border Patrol is here to destroy your lives. And then he's doing like rock, paper, scissors shoot. He's like mocking the community while terrorizing them with chemical weapons and throwing people into concentration camps, folks. This is not the banality of evil. This is like pure Nazism in my view. Watch Bovino as he's doing like rock, paper, scissors, and the community's like, get the hell out of here. Here, play this clip.
Losers. And that's why your Christmas is going to be a piece of shit, because you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Now, and here he is again talking about ho, 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 and what his mission is. What a sick human being. What a sick human being. Here, play this clip.
A little cold, but not too bad.
What's it like being back in Chicago?
I love Chicago. Chicago, ho, ho, ho. It's going to be a Merry Christmas in Chicago, so we always love Chicago.
And what brings
you be here?
Yeah.
What's that?
How many days are you going to be here?
Unknown at this time. We never quit.
Do you have a goal so far in the next few days we're here?
Tight-laid immigration enforcement. We're going to enforce immigration law, and that's what we're here doing.
And where have you been today?
We've been to several locations, Cicero, Little Village, various other locations all over Chicago. We got a lot of teams.
And how many agents have you brought from New Orleans?
Several hundred.
Okay. So how many total Border Patrol agents in Chicago right now?
Border and others as well. So, good guys.
All of this is taking place. Donald Trump's approval is plummeting to new lows. You take a look at the latest Ipsos poll right here. On every issue, Donald Trump's like viewed as the worst president in American history right now. He's the least popular individual, not just in the United States, but in the entire world. Let me just show you as this CNN segment from this morning did a good job highlighting how Donald Trump is underwater on every single issue. Here, watch this.
Right now. Yeah, I would say the report card is negative. It's minus. It's no good. And how do we know this? Well, why don't we just talk about Trump's negative net approval rating? Every single day since March 12th, Trump has been in the red, negative. That is days in a row, 281. He has spent more time underwater than Jacques Cousteau, for goodness sake. The bottom line is this: the American people don't like what Trump's doing, and they haven't liked what Trump's doing for a long period of time.
281 days. So on what issues?
On what issues? All of them. All of them, all the key issues, because take a look here. Trump's negative approval rating. He's underwater across the board. Immigration, a key issue for him, underwater by 6 points. Foreign policy, which has been one of his better issues, underwater by 14 points. Trade and tariffs, of course, this has been a key component of Trump's presidency, underwater by 15 points. The economy, the reason Trump got elected to a second term, underwater by 16 points. And the Epstein case, which I think we'll be talking a lot about going into the latter part of this week, underwater by 29 points. Negative, 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 negative. It's just not any good for the President of the United States, regardless of what he says tonight.
Yeah, minus 29.
It's not good.
Ever wake up sweaty, freezing, or just uncomfortable? The temperature in your bedroom can make or break your sleep. That's why I switched to Miracle Made sheets. They're inspired by NASA technology and use silver-infused temperature-regulating fabric to help you sleep perfectly all night long. Miracle Made sheets are crafted with NASA-inspired, silver-infused fabric that helps regulate your body temperature. Hot sleeper, cold sleeper, it doesn't matter. These sheets help keep you in the comfort zone all night long. Thanks to their antibacterial silver technology, Miracle Made sheets stay cleaner and fresher up to 3 times longer than regular sheets. That means fewer odors, fewer wash cycles, and way less laundry. They feel just as good, if not better, than sheets you'd find at a 5-star hotel, but without the steep price tag. Smooth, breathable, and ridiculously comfortable. Upgrade your sleep or give the gift of better rest. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas to try Miracle Made sheets today. You'll save over 40%, and when you use promo code Meidas, you'll get an extra 20% off plus a free 3-piece towel set. They make an amazing gift. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. That's trymiracle.com/Meidas, code Meidas at checkout. Thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode.
I want to give a shout out to Democratic Congress member McGovern this morning, who took to the House floor and gave an incredible speech highlighting how every single week, essentially, Donald Trump has lied. He goes back, well, we know that, lied about delivering a healthcare plan. And Trump back in 2016, healthcare plan 2 weeks away, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Watch Congressmember McGovern this morning. This was just so brilliant. Here, let's play this clip.
But the truth is, they've always said they have a plan, but they've never had a plan. Let me just go through a list of things here. In February of 2016, then presidential candidate Donald Trump said, we're going to replace Obamacare with something so much better. Nothing followed. On February 27th of 2017, the president said, we have a really terrific, I believe, health care plan coming out. Never did. May 10th, 2018, Donald Trump said, but wait till you see the plans that we have coming out literally over the next 4 weeks. We have a great health care plan coming out. Nothing happened. At a press gaggle near Air Force One in May of 2019, he said, we're coming up with a great health care plan. We're going to have a fantastic health care plan that's coming out in the next 4 weeks. Nothing ever materialized. June 16th, 2019, the president said, we're going to produce a phenomenal health care plan, and we already have the concept of a plan, and it will be so much better health care. Yeah, well, we'll be announcing it in about 2 months, maybe less. Nothing happened. Fox News interview, the president said, we're signing in a health care plan within 2 weeks, a full and complete health care plan. Nothing happened. July 2020, the president said, well, we're going to be doing a health care plan. We're going to be doing a very inclusive health care plan. I'll be signing it sometime very soon. It might be Sunday, but very, very soon. Nothing happened. August 3rd, 2020, the president says we're going to be introducing a tremendous health care plan sometime hopefully prior to the end of the month. It's just about completed. Nothing. September 15th, 2020, the president says you're going to have a new health care. We have a whole bunch of alternatives to Obamacare that are 50% less expensive and are actually better. Nothing. Never happened. September 10th, 2024, ABC News presidential debate. He says, I have concepts of a plan. You'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future. Nothing happened. December 8th, 2024, he said, we have concepts of a plan that will be much better. You'll see it very soon. Produced nothing. In May of 2025, at a White House event, he says, so we're going to be maybe coming up with something. I think this gives the Republicans a chance to actually do a health care that's much better than Obamacare. Nothing. People are sick and tired of the empty rhetoric. They're sick and tired of you saying you have a plan and you never produce one. All you want to do is undermine health care for hardworking average Americans. Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Rivas.
By the way, Special Counsel Jack Smith is on the Hill today. Special Counsel Jack Smith wanted to testify publicly about the cases that he was involved in where he prosecuted Donald Trump. The MAGA Republicans were too scared to let Jack Smith have a public hearing. Just think about that. They go on state regime media, they mock Jack Smith, they lie about Jack Smith, they defame him. So Jack Smith's like, look, you want to go on your state regime media and do that? Okay. Well, why don't I testify publicly and go at me? I will give you no time limitations. I will go to the House first, then I can go to the Senate. You want me here for 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours? I will sit and answer every one of your questions. Let's do it public. What the MAGA Republicans do? No. We just go on state regime media known as Fox, and we just lie about you. We won't ever let you actually talk about these things to the American people. So they're doing a private deposition today. Well, we've got our hands on the opening statement from Special Counsel Jack Smith, and here's what he said. Our investigation developed proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Donald Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election and prevent the lawful transfer of power. The decision to bring charges against President Trump was mine, but the basis for those charges rests entirely with the president and his actions, as alleged in the indictments returned by grand juries in 2 different districts. Our investigation also developed powerful evidence that showed President Trump willfully retained highly classified documents after he left office in January 2021, storing them at his social club, including in a bathroom and a ballroom where events and gatherings took place. He then repeatedly tried to obstruct justice to conceal his continued retention of these documents. Very simple. Now, let me talk to you about what MAGA Mike is saying this morning. What's MAGA Mike doing while 3 of his Republican members have signed on to a Democratic discharge petition as the GOP fully revolts against this MAGA Mike leadership? MAGA Mike is asked by CNBC. So don't you think that if you don't extend these Affordable Care Act subsidies, you're going to hand Democrats a massive win? And MAGA Mike says the following. Let's play this clip right here.
You said that the Democrats don't want to fix this, that they would like to use this as a political issue in elections next year for the House that come up in November. It's a pretty good issue if you have Americans who are paying a lot more for their health care insurance and feel like they can't afford it. Do you think that this is an issue that will hurt you come November?
Well, no, because what we do is confront false narratives with the truth. I mean, we can demonstrate the timeline of how and when Democrats broke the system and the timeline of what Republicans have done to try to fix it, what we are currently doing now to fix it. And
Also, MAGA Mike Johnson has just issued the following statement. I lament how this turned out in the end. When asked about the fallout with moderates who wanted a vote on the Affordable Care Act cliff. They know, they'll tell you that I worked really hard with them to try to craft an amendment that would work. In the end, they opted not to do that. We needed to pay for, not to get too deep in the weeds, but we needed to pay for under the rules. And for whatever reason, they decided they did not want to do it. So, I mean, they made the choice. But I understand that there's a desire by a number of those members that they really want to have a vote, and we tried to do it. So we'll see how it turns out today. Well, we did see how it turns out today. And that's how it turned out today. By the way, Donald Trump now attacking Brown University. Why did Brown University have so few security cameras? There can be no excuse for that. In the modern age, it just doesn't get worse. Didn't you reach a settlement with Brown University and kind of take control of some of Brown University? Didn't you do that? You take zero responsibility, huh? The same way you give yourself an A+++ in the economy while Americans are suffering. By the way, black unemployment has been surging, which is more evidence that the immigration reversal hasn't helped the more vulnerable parts of the U.S. labor force. Wiesenthal writes. How about also, if you just look in general, 2 million jobs lost in the past year, 54% increase. The affordability crisis is real and tariffs caused it. Bloomberg's opinion piece this morning. Trump was inheriting an economy that was on a path toward what he might have called a big, beautiful, soft landing. His tariffs reversed that momentum. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.